everyone. I'm Marlene Simon. I'm with Alation Professional Services. I specialize in data quality, data governance, and data management. And I am joined by John today. John, you want to do a quick intro?
Sure. Thanks, Marlene. Hi, everyone. John Lanham, Principal Technical Consultant here at Alation. I'm primarily focusing on everything technical from installation configuration side.
Okay. We will have a few slides that I'm going to talk through. John, if you want to go ahead and advance, and John is driving for me this presentation for us today. So we'll have a couple of slides that I'm going to talk through, and then John will do a demo. Then we'll go into Q&A once we've done that. So next slide, John. So do you ever have to make decisions? Do you make them with confidence? Go ahead and click, John. Are you confident when you make your decisions, or is it one of those things you kind of just hope that you're right? You make decisions with the force, or maybe you're relying on some data quality checks that might have been run previously, maybe a year or so ago. Are you confident in that data? Or are you making decisions because you know you have the right data, it's accurate, it's trusted, you know it is fit for purpose for the decision you're trying to make? Is that data that you're making your decisions on, is it current and is it relevant data? So you really need to be able to trust the data that you're using to make your decisions. So in today's fast-paced world, things are constantly changing. In order to keep pace and we need to make decisions on facts. We need to know we have the right data coming from trusted sources. We need to know the information is current and relevant. We need to have trust in the quality of that data. We need to be able to have we need to be able to have current and accurate information about data. We need to be able to integrate data equality into the catalog. Go ahead and click, John. Okay, so how do we do that? I mean, we're not a data quality tool, but we do empower you to be able to get that information into the catalog. With Alation's Open Data Quality Initiative, there's different ways that you can bring the information in. We don't tell you you have to use our tool. If you have SQL statements you already are using, great, you can use those. If you have your favorite data quality tool that you already have, your checks written in, you've already done that work there, you can utilize your tool and bring that information into the catalog. You can integrate it. Or if you don't have the bandwidth, or if you want someone else to do that integration for you, to do that heavy lifting, you can utilize one of Alation's 10 DQ vendor partners. We have them up here on the screen. These guys do an excellent job of integrating the data quality results or the data health results from their product into Alation. You don't have to, you don't have to do that heavy lift of integrating. They do it for you. So really, regardless of what solution is best for you, the good thing about the Open Data Quality Initiative is we allow you to be able to make that choice. What's right for you? If you already have processes in place, you can use them. We give you the ability to be able to bring that information into the catalog. You can get, it allows you to start building trust in the data that you have, or in some cases, knowing what data you shouldn't trust, what one you should not be making decisions on. How do we do that? Well, we have an API, which John is going to walk through all of this in the demo. But we do have the data health tab that's available within Alation. So you can, using that health tab, go ahead and click, John. What you are able to do is get information into the catalog about the data itself. Again, you're not bringing the data in. You have those results you're bringing into the health tab, and you have the ability to define what those rules are. From the status, you'll be able to see, can I trust this? Maybe the quality of the data is not quite there. Maybe I need to do something about it. Or maybe there's real issues with that data and it needs to be remediated before you can make any decisions using that. You can also utilize the trust flags to surface critical errors. This way, if you're looking at the data health tab and you see we have alerts on 2 of those fields, you can put a little bit more information in the catalog using the trust flags so that people understand exactly what they're dealing with and maybe are able to remediate the issue before going forth and making those decisions. Utilizing those trust flags and alerts allows you to make that information visible to other parts in the catalog, such as lineage and compose. So you being able to utilize this, you really can surface a lot of information in the catalog, allowing people to be able to know what the quality of the data is and understand should they be making decisions on that. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to John. I've kind of given you some food for thought here. And John is going to walk you through the art of the possible in the demo of how do you get data quality into the catalog. John?
Thanks, Marlene. So let me drop out of this slide here. All right, so I'm going to be showing 2 different types of integrations that can be done with the Open Data Quality Initiative. So first one I'm going to show is one of our data quality partners. In this case, this is Experian. So we can see that I am on a table page within Alation, and we have the health tab. So it's what Marlene was just talking about on the previous slide. So when I go to the health tab, I can quickly see that there's 2 alerts just from the icon on the right-hand side. But when I click in on the health tab, I can see all of the data quality rules that have been pulled in. And these have been pushed to us from Experian. There's about 35 of them, so I can show more on the page. Now, what we can see is we can see the name of the rule, and this is a hyperlink. We'll see what this does in a second. We can see the object that it's associated with. So this is either going to be a column or a table object. Most of these are at the column level. Let's see if there's any at the table level. None for this one, but we'll see a table level one in the next integration I show. We can see the status, so green, yellow, or red. All of these are green, some yellows here, and then a couple red ones here that are alerting. We have the value. So in the case of Experian, this is a percentage. So 100% pass rate, 99.83 pass rate. And then in the description field, what Experian has done is they're showing the number of rows that failed, that passed, and were ignored. And then we have the last update time for the rules here. Now going back to the link here, what Experian has done is when you click on the link here, it's actually going to open up a link to the Experian Aperture Data Studio. So if you have a login for Aperture Data Studio, you can log in and then it'll directly take you to that rule so you can get further information from within their tool itself. So another thing that Experian has done is they've gone a little above and beyond just putting information into the data health tab here. They also surface information at the column level. So if I click in on any of these columns, we can see that they've utilized a rich text custom field at the column level to put in some additional profiling information from their tool, including things such as uniqueness, completeness, row count, and so on. And the attributes that come over in this profiling is configurable within the Experian tool itself. So this is an example of one of our data quality partners integrations. So next I want to show what else is possible. So the next one I'm going to flip over to. This is a integration that I built to an open source data quality tool. In this case, this is Great Expectations. So Great Expectations, everything is pretty much done from the terminal as you run rules and things like that. And what we can do is from the professional services side, we've built an integration with Great Expectations where we're able to pull in that rule information and we still display it within the health tab here. So you can see pretty much the same exact information. We can see the name of the rule, the object, the status, the value, and then we're pulling in the description from Great Expectations here. And if I expand this out, we can see we have a lot of rules here. Most of these are at the column level again, but there should be a couple that are at the table level. Let me show more here. Yes, so we have a couple that are at the table level here. We do have a link out in this case as well. The only thing that is different here is Great Expectations open source version does not have a user interface to interact with, but what they do have is they generate validation result reports. And what we're doing is we're using this link to go grab the validation result report from an Amazon S3 location. And then this could be opened up in the browser to get more information about all the data quality rule status here. All right. Other thing I wanted to call out is with both methods, we also have a summary of the column health on the column tab here as well. So you can quickly view the column health here. All right, so flipping back over to my slides here, just want to talk about how we went about actually creating that integration with Great Expectations, since it is something that is not just available out of the box. So this is the workflow that I took to create this integration. So all this was created using the REST API, the data quality REST API to push information into Alation, as well as a couple other Alation APIs to really gather the information that we need. So this is just a sample integration workflow. You could go into above and beyond if you're building something custom yourself. But this is the workflow that I took for building out Great Expectations. So I first obtained details from the data quality tool, in this case, Great Expectations. They create JSON files that I was able to parse and get the information I needed. Mainly, I needed to be able to parse out schema, table, and or column details. That allowed me to build out the key value that's needed for the API. So one piece of information that I don't get from the data quality tool is the data source ID. I need that to build the full key. So I use Alation's data source browsing API to find the information. If it's an Alation object, then I can move forward. If not, the code just raises an exception and it won't add the rule. But if I have all the pieces that I need, I can build the key value, and then I can create the payload for the data API and then post that into Alation. So high level, that is the approach that I take when building any of these custom integrations to the data health endpoint here.